Kindy Rockstars. Prepare for a treat, let's meet and greet some bands and singers that are super sweet, making music that's fun for boys and girls. Help them learn about this great big world. Fun for the family, yes it's true, your kids will love it and you will too. Clap and dance and sing aloud, become a part of the Kindy crowd. These songs will make you move your feet and give your ears a great big treat. So settle in, grab your guitars, and let's get to know our Kindy Rockstars. Hello everyone, and welcome to Kindy Rockstars. This is the show that gives you the stories behind the songs from some of the best bands and singers that are making fun, informative, educational, catchy, and occasionally silly songs for children and families. I'm your host, Patrick Adams, and each episode of Kindy Rockstars will feature an artist and a featured song. So let's get to this week's show. Welcome everyone to Kindy Rockstars. Returning to the show is Charlotte from Teatime. Welcome back to the show.
Hi, thank you, Patrick, for having me back.
All right, well, for everyone out there, please go check out season 1, episode 53 to hear Teatime song, Imaginary Friend, My Imaginary Friend, and the story behind that. But Charlotte, what have you been up to since the last time we talked?
Well, like so many other people, COVID's been standing there in the way. We have been able to do some outdoor classes in our local park for children with restricted numbers and distancing and all those sorts of things. So I have been able to carry on a little bit of the active one face-to-face, but most of the work has been happening in the studio. You may remember that we live on a farm, and as anyone will tell you, the farm comes first. And music is definitely comes second to everything. So when there's a little bit of time, I can get on and do some more music. I've made a song called Rubbish in a Bin with children at our local primary school. And I'm hoping to use that to promote sensible recycling and rubbish disposal in our district soon. And that's one project I've been working on. Otherwise, and an action song, Head, Shoulders, Knees and Toes, but a farmer's head, shoulders, knees and toes. Tell me what the farmer grows. That's another one that's involved the children. It's a call and response. That will be coming out at some stage. I'm still hoping to put out a farm themed album at some point, but again, depending on the farm. And otherwise, these 3 songs that, the songs are very different and tell completely different stories. So that's probably in a nutshell what I've been up to.
Yeah, well, the last time we talked, you talked about Tamaru Plunkett. Have you continued work on with them?
Yes, definitely. All the sessions that I've been doing have been under the Plunkett umbrella. So yes, most definitely full involvement with them where possible. But they're a national organization and have had to be very proactive in keeping their tamariki, their children, safe and their families safe from COVID. So we haven't had much one-on-one contact or face-to-face, should I say.
Now, with all the new songs you're recording, I remember you telling me last time your kids were part of the recording, but when they came to town. So is that still the case?
Yes, it is. I'm sure we could organise to have the vocals done remotely, which I know you and many other people have been doing, particularly over the COVID period. But we have enough material to work on. And yes, I have nabbed my daughter when she's been here and she's been into the studio. My son, again, I nab from the tractor or from the farm, wherever he might be, when he has the time. And we do manage to piece things together. So yes, they're still fully involved. I have, because the busyness of my son particularly, I've taken up, I've been starting to learn how to use the DAW. And so now I'm actually putting in my own tracks as a foundation, if you like. We then work on them and embellish them and do lots of different things to them. But I could add that. But then on the other hand, I could just leave it the way it is, because people don't necessarily need to know that.
All right. Well, you ready to get into some of your new songs?
Yeah, definitely.
Today's episode is called Piwakawaka, and I'm just going to take a guess here. That is a bird, correct?
Yeah, that is a bird, a New Zealand, well, Australasian native bird. Yeah.
All right. Well, what was the story and inspiration behind this song?
Well, when I very first started writing songs, it was an autumn. It was this sort of time of year for us. And the Piwakawakas are particularly active in the autumn. They eat insects and they catch them on the fly. So they flit and flirt all over the place, and they chirp and they chatter, and they have tails which they fan to, which appears to be balancing and to just whether or not it's maybe stirring the insects up as well. And they're just absolutely delightful birds. And everybody, I think, loves them in New Zealand and probably in Australia too. And the Maori name, the Piwakawaka, is a fantail, as the English name, is a lovely onomatopoeic name for a bird, because it does exactly that when it speaks. It goes and it just Piwakawaka sound. It's lovely. So because they were so active at the time of year, I was finding myself constantly talking to them in the garden. And I thought, well, if I talk to them, maybe they're talking back to me. And the little song just developed.
Very cool. Well, I would rather say the name Piwakawaka than fantail. It's just more fun to say.
It's so much more fun to say. And it really does suit the bird. One thing I can add, Patrick, is that I've made, when I'm doing the song with the children, I've made a little paper fantail, which is a very easy thing to make. And so I've made a little how to make your own paper Piwakawaka, and put a little YouTube video up with the music in the background, which races through the making process, but does show you how to make it. And then you can slow it down if you think you can't follow the video. So that's another little thing that I've done, so that children can make their own little Piwakawaka and play with it and make it fly and swoop and hover and do all the things we do in the song.
All right. Well, let's check it out. Here is Piwakawaka by Teatime.
On a lovely autumn day when the sky was blue, I was hanging out the washing like I always do. From the corner of my eye I saw something in the tree. There was a Piwakawaka who was watching me. I said, Piwakawaka, what can you see? Piwakawaka, won't you talk to me? And he said, Piwakawaka, can't you see? You're stirring up the bugs that will be my tea. Then he swooped and he hovered, chatting all the time. He cocked his head and fanned his tail to balance on the line. Sang he, Piwakawaka, as friendly as can be. I said, Piwakawaka, what can you see? Piwakawaka, won't you talk to me? And he said, Piwakawaka, can't you see? You're stirring up the bugs that will be my tea. Then he swooped and he hovered, chatting all the time. He cocked his head and fanned his tail to balance on the line. Sang he, Piwakawaka, as friendly as can be.
Okay, CBT time. Let everybody know where they can stream and download songs from CBT time and how they can find and connect with you on social media.
CBT Time you can find on all streaming platforms, CEE, BEE Teatime, to avoid confusion. So I'm on Instagram, CBT Time for Kids Music. I'm on Facebook, CBT Time, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, Amazon, all the usual places. And the only YouTube video is one Patrick may have mentioned about the Piwakawaka that you can make out of paper. So, yep, you can find me just about anywhere.
Excellent. Well, Charlotte, it's been wonderful having you back on the show again. Hopefully, maybe I'll see you again in season 3.
Thank you very much, Patrick. I'm delighted to be back again. Thanks.
Yeah. Talk to you soon.
Okay.